I stretched and yawned, reaching for my phone on the nightstand. Lena wasn't there? Which wasn't unusual, she'd gotten up early again. I smiled at the thought. She's probably making coffee for both of us, I muttered aloud. Good morning, sleepyhead. Her voice came from the kitchen. She leaned against the counter, hair messy but eyes bright. You're up late again. I guess I lost track of time, I said, rubbing my eyes. What's for breakfast? Just eggs and toast, nothing fancy, she said, a small frown crossing her face. Did you sleep well? Yeah, mostly. You? I asked, taking in her expression. Something flickered there, hesitation maybe. I'm fine, she said quickly. Just busy at work, you know. I nodded, trusting her words. Busy how? Anything important today? Meetings, she said, popping a piece of toast into her mouth. Rohit's insisting I present the new project today, I forced a laugh. Rohit again, that guy's obsessed with work, she smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. He's just thorough. Then she added softly, you worry too much. I frowned, watching her. There was something in the way she said it, like she wanted to hide something, but I shook it off. Maybe, I admitted. I just want to make sure you're okay. Lena rolled her eyes, laughing lightly. I'm okay, really. I left the bedroom, stretching my arms. The sun was spilling through the window. Golden and calm. Everything felt normal, peaceful even. I liked mornings like this, when the house smelled like coffee and toast, and we could laugh about nothing at all. Hey, I said, walking over. Do you want to go for a quick walk later? Just us? She paused, her phone buzzing. She glanced at it and smiled faintly. Maybe, depends on work. I nodded, not wanting to press. I trusted her. I always had. Okay. Whatever works for you. Her smile was brief, but it warmed me anyway. I watched her head back into the kitchen, humming under her breath. Everything seemed fine. I had no reason to doubt her. Still, a tiny voice in my head whispered, why does Rohit text her so often? Why is she so distracted? I shook it off. I didn't want to ruin the morning, not this morning. I poured my coffee and leaned against the counter, watching Lena move around. My heart felt full, my life orderly. It was a perfect morning, or at least, I thought it was. Hey, I was thinking, Lena said as she packed her bag. Some of my colleagues are heading to the beach this weekend. Want to come? The beach? I raised an eyebrow. With your coworkers, isn't that a work thing? She shook her head, smiling. Not really, just a little getaway. You'll like it. Fresh air, sun, waves. I hesitated. I don't know. I mean, do we even know most of them? Relax, she said, nudging me playfully. They're fun. Trust me, it'll be good. I laughed reluctantly. Okay, you're the boss, after all. Exactly, she said, zipping up her bag. And Rohit's coming too. Don't roll your eyes. He's actually nice once you get past the workaholic thing. I forced a smile. Nice. Sure. Inside, I felt a flutter of unease, but I told myself I was being silly. The drive was quiet at first. Lena hummed along to the radio, and I tried to do the same. So, who's all going? I asked finally, glancing at her. Let's see, Unanya, Vikram, maybe Ria, and Rohit, of course. That's about it. I nodded slowly. Sounds lively. Lena laughed. You worry too much. It's just a day at the beach. I smiled, though the knot in my stomach didn't go away. Yeah, just a day at the beach. When we arrived, the sun was bright, the sand warm under my feet. The group waved as we approached. Hey, you made it, Unanya called, running over. Yeah, thanks for inviting us, I said, shaking her hand. Vikram grinned. You're finally here. Lena didn't stop talking about you. I chuckled, glad to hear that. Lena's phone buzzed again. She glanced at it quickly, typing a reply before slipping it back into her bag. Excuse me, just work stuff, she said. I forced myself to smile. No problem. I can wait. We spread towels near the water. The waves lapped at our feet, and everyone laughed, teasing each other. I tried to relax, but I couldn't shake the feeling that Lena was distant. She smiled at me, but her eyes kept darting toward her phone. Everything okay? I asked quietly. Yeah, she said, brushing sand off her hands. I promise, I'm just a little distracted by work. I pressed. Maybe, she admitted with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. But don't worry. Let's just enjoy today. I nodded, though uneasy nod at me. I wanted to trust her. I had to, but something in her tone, the way she avoided my gaze, made me tighten my jaw. Still, I let it go, for now. After all, it was supposed to be a day of fun, sun, and laughter. I tried to immerse myself in the moment, laughing with Unanya and Vikram, tossing the ball into the waves. And yet, a small voice in my mind whispered, why do I feel like something's off? I shook it away, forcing a laugh at Vikram's joke. Maybe I worry too much, I muttered under my breath, but deep down, I knew today wouldn't be as simple as I hoped. I wandered closer to the shoreline, trying to shake the uneasy feeling gnawing at me all morning. Lena, you coming? I called. She was a few feet ahead, adjusting her bag, almost just Finishing something, she said, her voice light, but her hands fumbled with her phone. I jogged over. Need help? No, I'm good, she said quickly, slipping the phone into her bag. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Something about the way she avoided me made my chest tighten. I shook it off. Maybe I'm overthinking, I told myself. Okay, let's hit the water. Then I saw them, Lena, holding hands with Rohit. Her bikini top was nowhere in sight, just the bottom, and they were laughing. Leaning close like nothing else in the world existed, I froze, the sound of the waves fading. My throat went dry. Lena, my voice was a whisper, almost broken. She looked up, surprised, but instead of pulling her hand away, she gave a small, guilty smile. I blinked, unable to process. What is this? My voice cracked. Rohit's grin didn't falter. Hey, man, he said casually, letting go of her hand just enough to nod at me. Didn't see you there. I felt my stomach drop. You're how? Words failed me. Lena took a step toward me, still smiling, but her hand lingered at her side. I can explain, she said. Explain, I repeated, my voice rising. Explain holding hands at the beach with your boss while wearing this. I gestured helplessly. She looked down, biting her lip. It wasn't like you think, not like I think. I laughed bitterly, the sound harsh. Lena, please, I saw it with my own eyes. Rohit cleared his throat. Look. Man, it's not what it looks like, not what it looks like, I snapped. You're holding hands. She's in a bikini, how else am I supposed to see it? Lena's eyes glistened. I didn't want you to find out. This way, didn't mean, I shook my head, the words catching in my throat. We've been married 5 years. 5 years, Lena, and you. I swallowed hard, choking on my own disbelief. You do this? Rohit stepped back, awkward now. I swear, I didn't. I cut him off. Don't. Just leave me alone right now. Lena's hand twitched toward mine, but I recoiled. Stay away, I whispered. My chest felt heavy, my mind spinning with anger, betrayal, and heartbreak all at once. She looked shocked, hurt. I wanted to tell you. I didn't know how. Didn't know how, I repeated, voice trembling. The way to tell me is not like this. Not holding hands with him on the beach. Rohit shifted nervously. Look, I'll know, I said firmly, though my voice shook. Just leave us. They exchanged a quick glance, then turned and walked away, leaving me standing there. The sand cold under my feet, waves crashing around me, but feeling nothing at all. I sank onto the towel we'd brought, my hands covering my face. How could she do this to me? The images burned into my mind, her laughter with him, echoing in my head. Maybe I imagined it. I whispered to myself, though I knew I hadn't. The truth sat there, heavier than any lie. I curled up, unable to move, my heart pounding. Why, I muttered, not even asking her directly. Because I already knew the answer. There was no answer that would make this okay. All I could hear was the sea. And somewhere behind me, Lena's laugh with him, replaying like a cruel echo. I couldn't stop pacing when we got home. My hands were shaking, my chest tight. Lena, I said. But she was quiet, avoiding my gaze. I'm sorry, she said softly, almost too softly. Sorry? I laughed bitterly, shaking my head. Is that all you have to say? Sorry? I didn't mean for you to see it like that, she whispered. Didn't mean, I repeated, my voice rising. Do you know what it feels like to see the person you love with someone else? Holding hands like it meant something. It wasn't like that, she protested, stepping closer. Stop, I shouted, backing away. Just stop. I can't deal with this right now. Her face fell. I thought maybe if I explained. What? I asked, voice cracking. That you betrayed me, that you don't care about us. I do care. I love you, she said, tears brimming in her eyes. It got complicated. I didn't mean for it to. Complicated, I laughed. Bitterly again, pacing the room. Complicated? You call this a little complication? She took a step toward me. Please, I can fix it. We can. I don't know if I can fix it, I yelled, clutching my head. I trusted you, Lena. I trusted you more than anyone, and you. I stopped, unable to finish. The weight of betrayal pressed down on me, suffocating. Lena's voice was soft now. I'm sorry, I really am. I wish I could take it back. I shook my head. I don't even know who you are right now. Please, I'm still me, she pleaded. The person you married is still here. I don't know, I admitted, sinking onto the couch. I can't look at you the same way, not yet, maybe ever. I understand, she said quietly, sitting across from me. I'll give you space. I wanted you to hear it from me, not rumors. I need time. I whispered, time to think, time to figure out what the hell just happened. I'll wait, she said softly. Tears falling. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this. I stared at the floor, unable to speak. Anger, pain, confusion, they all collided inside me. Why her? Why now? Why like this? The questions spun in my head without answers. You're my wife, I said finally, my voice low. And I love you. That's why it hurts so much. No, she said, I never wanted to hurt you. I shook my head. But you did, you already did. We sat in silence for a long while, the weight of what had happened pressing down on us. My heart raced, my hands trembled, and I felt empty. Finally, I muttered, I don't know if I can forgive you, not yet, not like this. I understand, she whispered again. I'll do whatever you need. I nodded slowly, but the knot in my chest didn't loosen. I have to figure out what comes next, revenge, forgiveness, walking away. My mind spun. Every option tasting bitter. One thing was certain, I couldn't go back to the way things were. Not after what I saw. I sat at the kitchen table, coffee cooling in front of me, staring at my phone. Every time it buzzed, I jumped, expecting her name. I didn't call her, I couldn't, not yet. Rhea called instead. Hey, you okay? She asked. Do I sound okay? I snapped, then softened. Sorry, it's been a rough morning. I can imagine, she said, calm but firm. Do you want to talk? I don't know where to start, I admitted. Running a hand through my hair, I saw her with Rohit on the beach, holding hands, and I swallowed hard. She was barely dressed. Rhea paused. Wow. That's a lot. I'm so sorry, man. I don't know what to do, I said, voice tight. Confronting her didn't help. She just smiled, tried to explain, but it didn't make sense. You need a plan, Rhea said, not revenge yet. But clarity, figure out what's really happening, evidence, patterns, things you may have ignored before. Evidence, I echoed. Yeah, watch, observe, keep calm. Don't confront her blindly again. She advised, I know you love her, but you can't let emotions make the decisions right now. I can't just let this slide, I muttered. Anger and pain curling together. I can't act normal around her. But I don't want to lose control either. Exactly, Rhea said. Start small, take notes, texts, behavior, things you notice. You'll see patterns, you'll know what to do. I gripped my mug. Patterns, my mind flashed back to her constant glances at her phone, her secretive behavior. The way she laughed at Rohit's jokes. Every detail I had brushed off now screamed betrayal. Step 1, Rhea continued, is knowing. Step 2 is deciding what you want, revenge, confrontation, or walking away. Step 3 is action. But only when you're ready. I don't want to wait, I muttered, almost to myself. I want her to feel the way I feel, humiliation. Betrayal, anger. Rhea sighed. I get it, but raw emotion will ruin you. You need strategy. You want karma, not regret. Think smart. I need time, I said, staring at the table, my hands clenched into fists. But I also need closure, some way to make this fair. You will, Rhea assured me. Just don't rush, observe, plan, and most importantly, stay sane. I don't even know where to start, I whispered. Do I follow her? Do I check her phone? Not yet, Rhea said firmly. You'll know when it's right. You have to keep your head clear. Don't let her see you unraveling. I can do that, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. I have to. Good, Rhea said. I'll help however I can, but this is your fight, your heart, your move. I hung up, staring out the window. The sun was still high, bright, mocking. I clenched my jaw. I'll watch, I'll wait. I'll understand every move before I decide mine. I poured another cup of coffee, planning the hours ahead in my head, observing, documenting, understanding. Every detail mattered. I wasn't just hurt. I was awakening. And when it was time, she wouldn't see it coming. I waited until evening. When the house was quiet, Lena was in the living room scrolling on her phone. My stomach churned. But I forced myself to walk in. Lena, I said. My voice low. She looked up, startled. What's wrong? Don't play dumb, I said. Sitting across from her. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She swallowed. I didn't think you'd see you. I snapped. Of course I saw you at the beach holding hands with him. I leaned forward. Anger and hurt cutting through every word. How could you? She hesitated. I didn't mean for it to happen like that, not mean. I laughed bitterly. Lena, we've been married 5 years. 5 years. And this is how you repay me? I didn't, she began, but I cut her off. Don't talk. I slammed my hand on the table, making her flinch. You don't get to explain, not yet, not like this. Rohit's name burned in my mind, and him, why was he there? Why is he even part of this? It wasn't supposed to. She trailed off, her eyes brimming with tears. I didn't know how to stop it, I shouted. You call this something you can't stop? This betrayal? I ran my hands through my hair. Do you know how it felt to see you with him, laughing, touching, like I didn't exist? She covered her face, shaking her head. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would. Sorry doesn't cut it, I said, my voice shaking. I trusted you, I loved you, and you, my words faltered. I couldn't finish. The weight of betrayal pressed down on me, suffocating. Lena took a tentative step forward. Please, I want to fix this. I can explain everything. Explain, I repeated, incredulous. Explain touching someone else. Explain laughing at his jokes. Explain hiding everything? I didn't hide it, she protested. I just I didn't know how to tell you. I shouted again. I can't hear it. I can't, not tonight. She sank into the chair opposite me, tears rolling freely now. I thought you'd understand. I thought we could work through it. I shook my head slowly, heart pounding. Work through it? You don't get to just think and hope. Actions matter, Lena, actions. And yours destroyed everything I thought I knew about us. Silence filled the room. The only sound was her soft sobs. I wanted to scream, to hit something, to break something, but I didn't. I had to stay calm, strategic, observant. I need space, I said finally, voice low. Time to think. I can't just forgive. Not like this, not yet. I understand, she whispered. I'll wait. I'll do whatever you need, please. I looked at her and for a moment I saw the woman I loved, but the betrayal lingered. Sharp and raw. I don't know if you can fix this. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's too late. Her shoulders slumped. I'll do whatever it takes. I hope you realize, I said softly, this isn't just about us anymore. It's about choices, and yours were clear. She nodded, silent now. The room felt colder, heavier. My heart was still racing, my hands shaking, but a small part of me was resolute. I would survive this, somehow. Somehow, I would make sense of it all. I paced the living room, phone in hand, trying to calm my racing thoughts. Rhea had been right, I couldn't just lash out. I needed a plan. Hey, I muttered into the phone. Rhea, I think I know what I have to do. Finally, she said, her voice sharp but supportive. You okay? I will be, I said. Though my jaw was tight, I need to start small, gather information, understand everything. Then, I'll decide what to do next. Good. She said, keep your head clear, don't let them see you unraveling. Watch, listen, document. You'll see patterns. I hung up and leaned against the counter, thinking patterns, behavior clues. Every small thing she had done suddenly mattered, every secret glance, every hidden message. Every laugh with Rohit, I would note it all. The next morning, I started. Subtly, I asked her casually about work, her co-workers, even Rohit. She answered. Distracted but careful, trying not to reveal anything. I listened, storing every word. Every hesitation. Lena, I said casually, did Rohit ask you to help with that project yesterday? Yes, she said, smiling faintly. He's very particular about deadlines. Must be stressful, I said. Does he ever stay late with you at work? Her smile faltered slightly. Sometimes, just to finish things. I nodded, pretending to sip my coffee. Small cracks, tiny. Later, I checked social media. Subtly, no photos, no check-ins that betrayed them, but patterns emerged. Texts she left open. Messages that didn't quite add up. The way she avoided certain topics with me. Every detail strengthened my resolve. Are you okay? Rhea asked again that evening when I called. Yes, I said, almost lying. I'm starting to understand. They're sloppy, I can see it. Every move is predictable if I pay attention. Good, she said. Now what? Now, I said, smiling faintly. Wait for the right moment. And when it comes, everything falls into place. They won't know what hit them. It wasn't just about revenge. It was about reclaiming my life, my dignity. I started working out again, running early in the mornings, focusing on myself, every push-up, every mile. I felt stronger, sharper. My anger fueled me, but my mind stayed clear. Lena noticed the change. You're different, she said one night, eyeing me across the dinner table. I guess I had to be, I said softly, letting the words linger. You're tense, she said carefully. Are you still upset about the beach? I smiled faintly. Upset, sure. But I'm also so aware. I see everything now. Her eyes flickered. Aware, yes, I said calmly. I noticed details I didn't before, patterns, movements, timing, everything, and I think you'll understand soon enough. She hesitated, as if sensing the change in me. I didn't give her more. The power had shifted. I was no longer the hurt, helpless man from the beach. I was patient, calculating, observant. And I knew exactly what I would do when the time came. Karma didn't need my hands, it only needed my attention. I would let the truth unfold naturally, and I would be ready when it did. I leaned back in my chair, looking out the window. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the floor. I felt something I hadn't in days. Control, clarity, purpose. Lena might have thought she had the upper hand, but I was learning. Every action, every word, every lie she had hidden, it all came together in a way she couldn't anticipate. And when it happened, I would be ready. I watched quietly, letting events unfold without interference. Karma, as they say, has its timing. Did you hear? Anya whispered as we grabbed coffee at work. Rohit's project got rejected, big time. I nodded slowly, sipping my coffee. Really? I asked casually, though inside I felt a quiet satisfaction. Yes, she said, eyes wide, and apparently Lena's involvement didn't help. People are talking. I leaned back, letting the words settle. Talking? I asked, letting my tone neutral mask the thrill building inside me. Yeah, some co-workers noticed they were too close, Anya whispered. Gossip spreads fast. I smiled faintly. Interesting. Later at home, I confronted Lena, not in anger this time, but in calm. Lena, how's work been? I asked, voice even. She looked startled. Work fine. Why, just curious, I said, leaning against the counter. Rohit's project got rejected today. Big deal. Her face paled slightly. I don't know what to say. You don't have to, I said softly. Actions speak louder than words. She started, but I shook my head. No excuses, I said, calm but firm. You knew the risks. You knew the consequences, and now, it's happening. Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't think it would. I didn't expect this to. Expect what? I asked quietly. That karma would catch up? I didn't, she sobbed. SHH, I said, sitting across from her. I'm not here to yell. I'm here to observe. Lena looked at me, fear mixing with regret. Observe, yes, I said. You made your choices. Now you face the results. Rohit lost the project. People are talking, and you see how fragile it all was. How easily it crumbles when honesty isn't involved. She buried her face in her hands. I didn't know it would get this bad. I shook my head slowly. That's the thing about choices, Lena. You never know when they'll catch up, but they always do. For a moment, she stayed silent, letting the weight of her actions sink in. I didn't move. I just watched, quietly, like a witness to the collapse. Later, I called Ria. It's starting, I whispered. They're unraveling, slowly. Perfectly good, she said. Patience pays off. Yes, I said. It feels satisfying. But not cruel, just justice. Days passed, and every small setback for them felt like confirmation. Miscommunication at work, awkward confrontations, whispers behind closed doors, all natural consequences, all unfolding without me touching a thing. I felt a strange mix of relief and sadness. Relief that justice was happening, sadness because it didn't erase the betrayal. One evening, Lena approached me hesitantly. I understand now. I see what I've done. I'm sorry. I know, I said softly. And you've learned. That's all I can hope for, she nodded, tears streaming down her face. I never wanted it to come to this. None of us did, I whispered, but it did, and now we live with it. I survive. You survive. We all survive. That's the truth. I walked away, feeling lighter. The weight of anger, betrayal, and heartbreak had lifted slightly. Karma had done its work, and I had regained control over my life, and though the scars remained, I knew one thing for certain. I would never let anyone betray me like that again. I woke early, the sunlight spilling across the floor. For the first time in weeks, I didn't feel the weight pressing on my chest. I poured coffee and sat at the table, letting the quiet morning wrap around me. Ria called. Morning, how are you feeling? Better, I admitted, smiling faintly. Stronger, I think, clearer. Good, she said, relief in her voice. I've been worried about you. I know, I said. But I've finally stopped obsessing over what they did. I've watched, waited, and I've seen the consequences. It's over in a way. Ria laughed softly. You sound calm, like yourself again. I am, I said. I've learned a lot about trust, about love, about myself, about what I will and won't tolerate. Later, Lena approached me. Her eyes were red, and there was something in her expression I couldn't quite read. I know things can't go back to the way they were, she said quietly. I hope you find it in yourself to forgive me eventually. I shook my head slowly. Forgive? Maybe one day, but forget? No, what you did is part of our story now. I can't erase it. And I won't pretend it didn't happen. I understand, she whispered, tears spilling again. I just wanted you to know I'm truly sorry. I know, I said softly. I accept that you feel remorse, but remorse doesn't fix everything. She nodded and walked away. I didn't feel relief or triumph, only a calm acknowledgement. The past was the past. I had survived and I was moving on. I went for a walk along the same beach where it all began. The waves crashed against the shore, white foam curling around my feet. I inhaled the salty air and let it fill me, grounding me. A stranger jogged past, laughing with a friend, and I smiled. Life moved forward with or without the people who hurt us. I stopped and looked at the horizon, thinking about trust, love, and betrayal. I realized I had changed. The pain had carved something new inside me, strength, awareness, and a deeper understanding of myself. Ria had called again earlier. You ready to meet someone new? She had teased. I had laughed. A light, free laugh. Not yet, but maybe one day. I want to live first. I need to heal completely before I open myself again. Good, she said. You deserve it. I continued walking, letting the sand sink beneath my shoes. Memories of Lena and Rohit lingered like shadows, but they no longer controlled me. They were lessons, not anchors. I passed a family building sandcastles, a couple holding hands, and I felt a twinge of longing, not for them, but for the possibility of a future where trust wasn't broken. I whispered to myself, I survived. I learned, I'll love again, carefully, wisely, fully. The sun dipped lower, casting golden light over the water for the first time in a long time. I felt peace, not the fake kind, not the calm before a storm, but true, earned peace. I turned back toward the town, ready to embrace the life ahead. Whatever came next, love, work, friendship, I would face it with my heart open but my eyes wide. And I would never forget the lesson the betrayal taught me, that pain can break you, but it can also make you stronger. I smiled, walking forward, leaving the past behind step by step, ready for whatever life had in store.